Hi, and welcome to today's presentation on equivalent fraction. I am going to go over a couple of examples together with the use of virtual manipulative from the website nctm.org, and hopefully this will help you understand the concept. Let's take our first example. Fraction 1/2. The fraction 1/2 is a very easy fraction to begin with. Today I'm having pizza on lunch and I'm not feeling that hungry. So I'm going to be eating one piece of two pieces that I have. That means I'm eating actually 1/2. Makes sense, huh? But since I have the same exact pizza pie, and this time I decided to cut it into fourths instead of twos, this time I'm eating 2 of 4 pieces or 2/4. Oh, looks like I have a pattern here. Look at my denominator and together with the numerator. Please keep that pattern into your mind. We're going back to that pattern, but after my last graphic. This time I have the same exact pizza. I'm cutting it into more equal pieces. And excuse my drawing is not that neatly. We are going to imagine that it is. This time I'm not eating 2/4. I am eating 4/8 of the pie. Oh, look at this. We have another pattern. Okay, so if I looked at my first pattern, going from the number 2 to the number 4 is simply telling me that I multiplied my denominators times 2, and going from 1 to 2, that means I did the same exact operation times the same exact number, multiplying the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Give me 2/4. That tells me that 1/2 is actually equal to 2/4. That's my first equivalent fraction. Let's look to the next pattern. The pattern that I'm seeing is that the 4 became an 8 in the denominator, and the numerator from 2 to a 4. Again, it looks like I multiply both numerator and denominator times 2. And another equivalent fraction right here. So in results, it looks like multiplying the numerator and the denominator times the same number will result into equal or equivalent fraction. But remember, they look different. Look at this one. 4/8, 2/4, 1/2. They look different, but we are not changing the value of the fraction because simply we are multiplying by a fraction that is equivalent to 1. It looks like we're done with the first example. Let's go and do the second one. Okay, this time we are going only to use numbers. So what if I have the, again, excuse me, oops, this is too hard to deal with, so excuse me please. If I have the fraction 2/7, and I'm gonna apply the concept that I understood from before, I'm gonna multiply both numerator and denominator times same number. Let's say the number is 3. Remember, you're doing the same operation and you're multiplying times the same number. Let's say, so 2 times 3 is 6. 7 times 3 is 21. That tells me actually that the fraction 2/7 is equivalent to 6/21. Yes. Or in another way to say it, if I have a pie and I cut that pie into 7 pieces and I ate 2 of 7 pieces, it's the same exactly if I have the same exact size pie and I ate only 6 of 21 pieces. Okay? Oh, let's look at this part that's really very important. What if I have a pie that is cut into 3 pieces? If I ate 3 of 3s, that means actually I ate the whole pie. So let's say it means that I took 2/7 and multiplied it times 1, and any number times 1 equals the same exact number. That means I did not change the value of the fraction simply because I multiplied it by a fraction that is equivalent to 1. Interesting, right? Okay, I think we are done with this part. Let's see if we could do this. Let's say I have a fraction of 5/11. And I like to use the word over. Never, guys, use the word out of. It's really confusing because it simply tells me that I'm taking something out of the other. It shouldn't be that way. It's of all the time or over. But we're not going to go over in details of that concept. I just wanted to mention that because it's very important. So if I took 5/11 and I'm trying to get this denominator of 11 to be a 22, obviously I did multiply times 2. But remember, since we multiplied our denominator times 2, we cannot just simply change that number. We are going to have to multiply the numerator as well times 2, and that will bring me to a numerator of 10/22. Again, remember, 2/2 means I am multiplying time and a fraction that's equivalent to 1. If I multiplied any number times 1, it equals the same number. So again, I am stressing over the fact that I'm not changing the value of the fraction 5/11. I am actually changing the look, not the value, simply because I multiplied times a fraction that's equal to 1 whole. Okay, it looks like we're done with our examples right now. Let's practice more on using virtual manipulative. I am going to use this game, and you could see the URL's address. It's elimination.nctm.org. This game is wonderful. I love the fact that I could see those fractions form in front of me. The whole idea about the game is actually forming two equivalent fractions to the fraction 2/8. The first one, I'm gonna start clicking on until I reach the denominator that I need. Okay, let's go to a 4. I know that 4 is a factor of the number 8. A factor. That means I could actually use either multiplying or the inverse of the operation of multiplication, which is division, to get an equivalent fraction. So if I divided the number 8 over 2, it will give me 4. That means I need to shade or divide first the number 2 over 2 as well. The same exact number. I'm not changing the fraction. value. I'm just changing the way it looks. 2 divided by 2 is 1. That means I am going to color only one out of, or one of, excuse my mistake, one of 4 or 1/4. Look at this. The fourths jumped into the point of 2/8 on the number line. And number lines are very, very important concept. We did not cover this time on this particular video, but it's very, very useful, okay, to understand the fact that both equivalents are on the same part. Let's go over quickly the other fraction. Look at it moving. This time I'm multiplying times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. That means 2 times 2 is, and look at my fraction moving until 4 are 16, or 4/16. Excuse me again, it's very hard to control that. 4/16 is my equivalent fraction to 2/8. Thank you, and hopefully my video helped you out today. Have a great day.